welcome back to our channel Trailhead Ranger NJ. And in our this series of Build Your Salesforce Developer Career, we are doing this TrailMix, and we have completed all other these previous modules. Last one was this Heroku Enterprise Basics, and in today's video we'll be focusing on completion of this Apex Basics and Database. So let's open this and please go through this link. Once you'll be getting to know about other resources and tools which will help you in Salesforce. So let's get started. Our first module is get started with Apex. So please go through this module. I'll give you a very brief of this in this video. So what happens is Apex is just like a Java, similar to Java code, and we can compile it and have our functionality run. So if you focus on this diagram, you can see that we send an uncompiled code and then it gets compiled in the application server, and then it goes to data storage, and then the compiled Apex return to the this, and we get the result to our as a end user. We can have classes, objects, array notations, collection of lists, sets, maps. We can have different properties as well. We can have expression, variables, constant. We can use conditional statements, if, nested, if, else, for loops, while loops. So these. And it's all similar to other code only. So let's go to this. So first they are explaining us about that how we are declaring a string, that list of string of colors, and then we are using a array notation of this as well. When we are adding to list of string these colors, and then we are adding more colors to it, and then we are checking if color 1 is equals to color 2 using system.assert equals, uh, and this is we are fetching from our list that what is in zero place of our list. Okay, so if you see, this is the new class they are creating, email manager. So this is of no use for us. Let's get to the challenge. We are launching our Trailhead playground. We need to create a Apex class which is named as string list test, and it should be in the public scope. So I'll open the playground and then I will open its developer console. I'll open it in new tab. Let's wait for it. It's open now. So what I'll do, I'll close all these first. It's related to our previous modules. So I'll go to file, then new, then Apex class, and give its name as string list test, then okay. So default class is created with public scope only. Then our next requirement is that it should have a public static method of generate string list. Okay, let's wait, give me a minute. Okay, so I'll come here and then write public static method name. Method is not required. Then they are saying that this method should return a list of strings. So I'll write here list of string, so that it should return. Then they are saying it should accept an integer as a parameter. So I'll write over here integer n. It will accept the integer n as a parameter. Now let's come to the method. Now what we need to do is The method must return a list of strings. Okay. Each element in the list must have the format of test n, where n is the index of the current string in the list. For example, if the input is 3, then the output should be test 0, test 1, test 2. Remember that in Apex, the index position for the first element is always 0. So, okay. So you are seeing that we are returning list of string. We are accepting a parameter of n. So what we will do now, first we will define a list of string. Uh, List of test, I'll give it name as this, new list of string. Then we will run a loop, integer I equals to 0 to integer I less than n. This will be the limit to which till which we are running. Then every time it should increment. And then what we are doing, we are sorry, in this list we are adding test space plus I. That is, it will return after first loop is run, that is test 0, then test 1, then test 3. Okay. So I'll write the debug statement as well to check if it's running correctly or not. I. Okay. And then we will be returning after this loop our list. Yes. And let's save it. After saving it, let's open the anonymous window. Sorry, open execute anonymous window. And we will write class name first, then its method as it is static, and we'll pass the number that is 3 because that's the example they have given to us, so it will be easy. And click on this open log and execute. Logs are open, click on debug only, so you can see test 0, test 1, test 2, so test 2, so it is correct. Let's check challenge. So this unit is completed. Let's move on to the next unit. I hope you have understood what I was trying to do. If you have any question, please do let me know. So in this unit, we are talking about standard objects such as account, contact, lead, and such. And this has ID of 15 digits, and then name, phone number, number of employees, whatever fields they are having. Then we are creating its variable, that is, we are creating a new account record object similar the way we are declaring the list and assigning the colors to the list. Here we have variables, or you can say fields in objects, so we are giving values to those. If it is custom field, then we need to have a custom field, mention it like this, and if we have a related object field, then we have to mention it like this. Okay. So work with the generic standard object data type. So let's come to the quiz. First question is, describe the relationship between standard object and the Salesforce record. So first option is, the name of a standard object field in Apex is the label of the field in Salesforce. Second is, a custom object's API name and label are same. No. Third is, every record in Salesforce is natively represented as an standard object in Apex. So yes. Second question is, how do you create a standard object instance such as an account? Declare a variable and assign a new standard object instance to it. Use a standard object dot new instance method. Insert a persistent record into Salesforce using SOQL. So first option should be the correct one. Third question is, which of the following is correct about a generic standard object variable? A generic standard object variable can be assigned only to another generic standard object. Second is, generic standard objects can't be created. Third is standard object variable can be assigned to any specific standard or custom object such as account or book using casting. Third should be the correct option. Let's check. So it's correct. Let's move on to the next unit. That is, it's lagging. Manipulate records with DML. Okay, give me a minute. So in this, using DML, we'll be updating the records. DML you understand by insert, update, upsert, delete and merge. So this is simple only. So let's directly move on to and these are the database methods. So we use them when we are want to run in an asynchronous process. So this is database.insert, database.update, database.upsert, database.delete, database.undelete, and database.merge. So that's how we do the database DML, and this is database.saveResult. Okay. Now let's come to the challenge. So challenge is that we need to create a Apex class that inserts a new account named after an incoming parameter. Okay. We need to pass a parameter as well. If the account is successfully inserted, the method should return the account record. If a DML exception occurs, the method should return null. Okay, so we need to create a Apex class again named as account handler, and it should be in the public scope. So let's create new Apex class, give its name. Okay, and it's in the public scope. Must have a public static method called insert new account. So let's enter public static insert new account and this, and the method must accept an incoming string as a parameter which will be used to create the account name. Okay, so parameter of string, I'll give it as account name. The method must insert the account into the system and then return the record. Okay, so we need to return an account record, so we'll type account over here, and the method must also accept an empty string, catch the failed DML, and then return. Okay, it needs to accept an empty string as well. So we need to enter a try catch block first because we need to catch the exception. So I'll write the base of try catch. Try will be running when it's a positive scenario, but that if the code present in the try block is not running, then it will go to the catch block, and it will throw exception this E, and we can catch that exception or have it print here. I will write occurs. Okay, E, and we can have this no sorry we can have it as E dot get message. Up now in try block we need to have account record created, so again we will declare it as a account acc, then new account, it's declared, and we are inserting this record. So this we have done. But its name should be according to this. So what we can do is a star name equals to this, or you can have it simply like this also. You can have name assigned here as well, but I'm good having it here. After this insert, we need to return as well this account, so I'll be returning. What's the problem? Missing return statement. Okay, we have it return here, and in this we need to return null. When the exception occurs, we need to return null. So now you see, if account name is present, it will assign the name to this declared account and will return the account. If not, then we will have the exception. So let's try to run this as well. We will open this anonymous window. First we will assign uh, name. We did not have debug statement here, so let's have debug statement as well. So I will be, whatever name will be giving, I am having it printed. So let's execute. So new account, test account name I had given. Now if I'll be passing no name, then an exception should be occur. So for returning the exception, I'll pass the empty string. I'll have it executed, and exception should be returned. So DML exception occur, insertion failed, required field is missing, that is name. So it's correct. Let's check our challenge. This challenge is also completed. Let's move on to the next unit to write SQL queries. SQL is fetching the data present in our org related to objects. So here we are fetching name and phone from accounts. We can filter it by writing where clause, or we can have it order by, we can arrange it in increasing or decreasing order as well. So this is the syntax that select fields from object name and then where condition we can use. um, we can have child objects as well. These are the condition they are using here, that give us the name and phone from account where name is SFDC computing and number of employees is greater than 25. Then only it should return the name, otherwise not. We can use and or to have condition implied. We can have limit implied. So that's that. Let's move on to the challenge. So we need to create apex class named as contact search, and it should be again in the public scope. So first let's read it. We need to create a class that is method accepting two strings. The method searches for contacts that have a last name, okay, matching the first string and mailing a postcode and a mailing postal code matching the second. Okay, so the two strings which we are which we will be passing, it should match the last name and the mailing postal code. Then we will be returning ID and name of those contacts. So let's create the class. Close this. New apex class contact search. Then it should have public static method this. Okay, it should accept two incoming strings as parameters. String first one was last name. Okay, then the method should then find any contact that has a last name matching the first string and mailing postal code API this and matching the second. Okay, so for this we are returning contact. It has return a list of contact records, type list that includes the ID and name field. Okay, sorry, so we are returning list of contact. So first let's define list of contact, where we are returning select ID, name. Ideally we should write it in caps, but it is not case sensitive. ID, name from contact, where last name API is this. It should match with last name variable which we have passed, and mail, sorry, first we need to have its API name, mailing postal code. I know I keep mispronouncing it. From here you can have it here as well. Mail postal code. Okay, so that's the list of string we want to return. Then we will have return statement, and it should return the data. So now we have not created any name, but what we will do, let's see, first we will create a contact so that it can search for that. New contact, we'll just give its last name as. Okay, then next is mailing postal code. Okay, now try to call the method. We will pass this last name so that it can search, and similarly will this postal code. Yeah, it should search. Okay, we did not write the debug statement again, so I will write it here. You can see here this I have returned. Whatever I'm returning, I'm writing it as debug statement, or I can search to contact. Okay. Let's, yeah, it is saved. Now let's execute it. Okay, I have misspelled it. Yeah, so I'll run this again. Now logs are open, debug. So this ID and name are written, so it's correct. Now let's check our challenge. So we have completed this challenge as well. Sorry, now let's move on to the last unit of this module, that is write SOSL queries. SOSL is to search, so its basic syntax is find fields in, sorry, find, then in all fields returning this field. This will be this it will be returning, and this we need to search for, like a variable, or we can write star. So the search query in the query editor must be enclosed within curly braces. Okay, So we are searching for this in search group in whatever object or field we want to search, and this should it return. Okay, so let's move on to the challenge. We need to return both contacts and leads that have first or last name matching the incoming parameter. So apex class name should be this. Let's close this and we'll create apex class. Okay, then we need to have a method. Again, static method. It should have an incoming string as a parameter, have first or last name, so I will give its name as name only, then we'll save it. Okay, it should find any contact or lead whose first or last name, match the string, and it should finally use a return type of list of standard object. Okay, we need to create a contact and lead record before checking this challenge. Both records must have the last name as Smith, and the challenge uses this record for SOSL search. So I'll go here, I'll search for contact. I have this, and now I will search for lead as well. I will create a new one, and again my UI of these objects are changed because of the earlier modules which we have covered, so please ignore. I'll just create save. So we have created, we do have a contact and leads having same last name. So let's have return type return first list of standard object. So I'll copy it from here. Now we need to search for this name which match with the contact or leads first name or last name. So contact lead search, uh, so we are searching for this variable. So this should be here in all finds which are returning contact name and lead name, and then we will be returning. So first let's write a debug statement because we'll be checking it as well. I believe, okay, so this is fields. Yeah, so it's all correct. Now let's run this as well. We'll just run the method. Smith, because for that record is created. Let's check. So contact name is Sarah Smith and its ID, and lead name is Smith and its ID. So it's correct. Let's check our challenge. So we are done this module, Apex Basics and Database, and I hope you have learned along with me. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comment section. And also, if you like the video, please like it, subscribe the channel, and we'll be continuing this our series. And in our next video, we'll be focusing on this project, that is use Apex to automate business processes. If we have already not covered it in our previous videos, so I'll check that. If not, then please look forward to this project video. Thank you. Stay tuned.